Today I am going to play Advanced Squad Leader, and I decided to take Gavin Take. This is a scenario that you can download for free from the Multiman publishing site, just like two other scenarios I talked about before, the Guards Counterattack and Tractor Works. And I think this is quite good scenario if you want to learn something new about terrain. We fought in the city before, so I talk about city stuff, and today we have a lot of new terrain features on this board, since we are using board number 3. And let me talk a bit about certain kind of terrains that we are going to face. We already know about single-story buildings that can be wooden or stone, multi-story buildings, but we have also woods. I also talked about woods before, but we have now hills, walls, hedges, grain, shell holes, and rubble. Also, there is a single crest line. So, there is a lot of new features. Let me tell you how they work. First, shell holes. Shell holes can be created in two ways. First, they might just appear on the board, just like here, or you can create them, and then you have to place a shell hole marker on the hex if you are firing on such a hex with artillery which is 150 or higher caliber, and then you get killed in action result. If so, you have to place shell hole marker on the board. How shell hole work? You have to spend one movement point to enter such a hex, and shell hole provides you TAM +1. It is treated like a clear terrain for the road and for the first fire movement in the open ground. But unit moving in may spend 2 movement points, and then shell hole is not a clear terrain. Simply our soldiers hide themselves in these shell holes and they provide better cover. If a unit starts its phase on the hex with shell holes, then it is treated like it would be inside these shell holes. It doesn't have to pay more movement points. You have to pay your movement points to be inside the shell holes only during your movement phase when you are moving in, and you have to choose if you want to spend 1 movement point and move normally, or 2 movement points and go inside the shell holes. Next, grain. Grain costs you 1.5 movement point to enter, and what is most important, grain is not every time on the board. You have to check if grain is in season or not. Grain is in season since June till September. So we are playing our scenario on the 6th of June, so yes, grain is on the board. Grain provides no TAM, but it is an obstacle. So when you are firing at the enemy and you have to trace your line of sight through the hexes with grain, you have to add +1 to your die roll for each grain hex that your line of sight crosses. Grain is also burnable terrain, so you might try to spread fire on the grain, and it goes quite quickly throughout the other hexes. And this provides some smoke, some fire, and can make things go more hotter. Next, hills. Hills are, as you can guess, level 1 or level 2 terrain. They can be even higher, but on this board we have level 1 and level 2, and they can be quite a problem to get, especially when it comes to the firing. I remember having problems to understand how you are firing on the units that are on the hills. So let me try to explain. You can only target units that are on the first hex of each hill. So, for example, let's just think that one of our units are here and enemy units are on these hills everywhere. we can target this hex or that hex or this hex. We cannot target this hex because it is we can't see units here. We can only see units that are on the edge of the hill. And the same goes to the units that are trying to fire from the hills. They can fire from this hex, that hex, or this hex, but they cannot fire from this hex. Hills provide +1 TAM, but it is not cumulative with any other kind of terrain. So, for example, if you are here, you have to choose if you are using hill TAM or wood TAM. Also, when enemy is on the same level as you, then this TAM is not working. For example, enemy is here, you are here, then you get no TAM because of enemy firing at you from the same level. But if you would be here, then you would get +1 TAM because you would be on the higher level than your enemy. Okay, while we are talking about the hills, let's talk about cliffs. There is only one cliff on this board, which is here, and it can be easily mistaken with hedges, since they look much the same, while hedges are dark green and cliffs are black. Cliffs provide no additional TAM. On this hex we have normal TAM from the hill, but cliffs are making such a hex line impossible to move through. If you are here, you just can't normally move on this hex through this hex line because there is a cliff. You can climb through the cliff using a climb movement, but I think I will talk more about it when we will get into the scenario with a lot of cliffs, since this part of the board is not quite important for us, so I don't think we will ever use this cliff. What is most important about cliffs? Like I said, cliffs provide no additional TAM, but they limit your ability to fire on the adjacent hex. You cannot use guns, tanks, or any other kind of stuff to fire on the unit which is on the other side of the cliff from the adjacent hex, and same. If you have a gun, a tank, or anything like this on this hex, you cannot fire on this hex. Okay, you can do it with your normal small arms, light or heavy or medium machine guns or so, but no any guns. It doesn't matter if these are tank guns or normal ordnance. Cliffs are making it impossible. Okay, next thing, Rubbles. Rubble appears thanks to the special scenario rules, just like in this scenario, or it can appear if you hit certain building with your demolition charge, with your gun, and get a KA result. What is special about Rubble? Rubble movement cost is 3 movement factor, and if you want to move up, since this Rubble is on the ground level only, we know it from the special scenario rules, if you want to move up with the Rubble, you have to spend 3 movement points. So normally you move you spend one movement factor to go up, but if you are in the Rubble, you have to spend 3 movement factor to go up. Okay, that's when it comes to Rubble. Oh, as for the TAM, Rubble has the TAM of the building. So this Rubble has 3 TAM because it is stone building. If it would be here, it would provide 2 TAM because it would be wood building. And finally, walls and hedges. Walls and hedges are, well, a bit more complicated. I remember seeing a lot of questions about them on the Board Game Geek and any other forums like that. I remember having a lot of troubles to understand how they work, so I hope I will be able to help you with explaining how they work in the Advanced Squad Leader. Let's start with a movement. It costs you 1 additional movement point to move through the hedge or the wall, and this is cumulative with any other kind of terrain. So, for example, if you would be here and you would like to move there, then you have to pay for the hedge and for this grain. So it would be +1 for hedge and +1.5 for the grain. So you would need 2.5 movement factor to enter this hex. I think this is the easiest part of the walls and hedges. Next is called wall advantage, and this is something that definitely needs to be shown during the game, so it will be easier to understand. But I will try to talk about it a bit here. When unit enters a hex, where it is only hedge on the one side, on the one side of the hex, like here or there, then it instantly claims this wall as wall advantage. But if there are two or more kind of terrains on such a hex, and there is also wall and or hedge, then unit has to be marked with wall advantage if it wants to use this wall. Let's say that these Germans are entering this hex, and now German player has to choose if he wants his soldiers to be in the woods or claim wall advantage. Why it is important? Because one wall can be claimed only by one unit. So if this German unit is here and it claims this wall, then this American unit cannot claim this wall. So you have always remember to choose if you want to claim this wall or not. It is often useful, but you can see the difference here. For example, this unit claims this wall, so it gets no TAM from these woods. So if it would be fire from this hex or that hex, then it would have no TAM because of no wood. So you have to choose. But as long as it has its wall advantage, then these Americans cannot get this wall advantage. They can they have to eliminate these Germans or wait till they will leave this hex. And now combat. Walls provides +2 TAM, hedges provide +1 TAM, and they block line of sight for all the hexes save to the hex on the other side of them. So, for example, if this American unit would be here and there would be no wall here, then they can fire at these Germans, but now they cannot see them. If unit has wall advantage, it is using TAM of the wall. If it doesn't have wall advantage, then it gets no TAM from the wall. Like I said before, unit has a wall advantage by default on the hex where there are no any other kind of terrain safe to the wall and hedge. Also, one more thing, hex line that contains hedge or wall is not blocking line of sight and providing no advantage. So, for example, if our units would be here and one of them would like to fire on another, then this hedge would provide no block and no TAM. Of course, if they would be here, then one of them would be able to claim wall advantage, the one which was first here, and then the enemy would have to would be forced to get to use its TAM while firing. So I think that's most of the stuff when it comes to walls and hedges, and I think there will be more because there's a lot of situations that might occur with walls and hedges, but I'll be talking about it more when we will go into the game. Now let's take a look on our units that we're going to use in this particular scenario. We have a number of American 747 squads. They are probably one of the best units you can get in this game. You can see they have amazing firepower of 7, medium fire range of 4, and great morale of 7. Also, they have very good smoke exponent of 3, which is one of the best in this game. They have assault fire ability, they have spraying fire ability, and their ELR is 5 by default. So they are very good units, and while broken, their morale is 8. We also have 2 very good leaders, both with morale of 10 and modifier of -2 and -3, and 1 medium leader with morale of 8 and modifier of 0. As for Germans, we have first line squads that have a spraying fire ability, and second line squad, they also have a spraying fire ability. Also 3 commanders, 9 -1, 8 -1 and 8 0, and some medium machine guns and light machine guns. So there is not a very big number of units on each side. I think this is quite good because it makes scenarios faster. And next thing, let's check special rules. ECR moderate with no wind at start. Okay, so we don't have to care about wind or any environmental conditions. Next, prior to the play, place stone rubble counter on the ground level in hex M2. Falling rubble is non-available, so it is here. We don't have to care about falling rubble rule. And like I said before, let's check. You can see there is a stairs. There is a stairs marker. So if you are here and you want to go up, you have to spend 3 additional movement factor to go up this stairwell. Okay. And there is one more thing we have to take care about because of the date. This scenario takes place at June 1944. This means that Germans might use Panzerfausts. I always found Panzerfausts as one of the most annoying weapons in this game, and I rarely use them. Well, maybe if I have some enemy vehicles around and I have no other anti-tank weapons. But let's talk about them. In this game, prior to the September 1943, every German unit might have Panzerfausts. So there are no counters for them. I know that there are some third-party modules that come with Panzerfaust rules, Panzerfaust counters, but we don't have them in the regular Advanced Squad Leader modules. If you want to fire with Panzerfaust, you have to declare this and then make a Panzerfaust roll. If you get a 3 or 1 or 3, then such unit has Panzerfaust and might fire it. If we get 4 or less, then unit might have Panzerfaust, but it doesn't have a chance to fire with it. If you roll original 6, this means without any modifiers, then your unit is pinned, and if it was already pinned, then it is broken. There are of course some modifiers for this Panzerfaust check roll. If you get -1 if date is 1945, you get +1 if target is not armored fighting vehicles, you get +1 if you are marked with double time marker, +1 if you are half squad, and +2 if you are single man counter. I don't think we will be using Panzerfausts in this game, in this scenario very often, because we have no armored fighting vehicles, and enemy is not going to engage in the very hard city combat. Panzerfausts are useful when you are fighting against enemy who is hiding in the buildings, who is using vehicles, especially light vehicles, but I don't think we will have a lot of situations like this in this scenario, but it might happen, so I think it is good to tell you about it. Okay, so I think this covers most of the rules, of the new rules we are going to use in this game. So now let's check our victory conditions. The Americans win at the game end if they have exited 1 squad equivalent and one leader from Q10. Q10 is here. And Americans have two groups of units. First one is entering from this hex, and second one is entering from that hex. While Germans are here. In this, well, I don't think it can be called a perfect circle, but yes, this is somehow a circle, and Germans are starting in these buildings. So you have to place them here, and I guess that some of you might remember, if there is only one side on the board and the other side is is entering the game, but it has no units on the board, then this side might use concealment. So yes, all our Germans in this buildings will be concealed. Also, there is one more add for the victory conditions. For every German half squad equivalent that exits via Q10, increase the American exit requirement by one half squad. So, Germans might also leave the board through this road, and then Americans will have to exit more of their units to gain victory. Okay, I think that's all. Let's set up our Germans, because Americans are starting out of the board. Okay, here's my setup. I created two medium machine guns nests on the upper levels of these two buildings, so they will be able to cover a big area, and all the other Germans are around. With this commander here, I think his goal will be to rally any broken troops, so he's hiding in safety, while these Germans are going to provide a cover from all directions, and their goal will be to keep this road safe. If Americans would like to go, for example, here, then he still will be able to cover this entire road. And then, of course, they are all in the buildings or in the woods, so they might start concealed. Okay, so we can start our game. We are starting with a turn 1, and Americans are first to move. Rally phase, so they are set up and waiting to enter. All of them can enter from this hex or that hex. Next we have prep fire phase. Nothing, since no enemies in the line of sight. So next we have a movement phase. So let's start our movement. I will start with these two squads along with this 8-0 leader, and they will go all go CX, so they will have double time, and because of that they should move faster. So they are starting here, their movement here, and then they are bypassing this hex. Bypassing means that they are not entering the building, but they are moving between building and the hedge, and because of that they have a wall advantage. So let's mark them with wall advantage. And now, since they are here, it was their second movement factor, these Germans can see them. So the question is if Germans want to fire at them or wait for some easy targets. I think they will fire. So, what do I have here? Medium machine gun and squad. So let's count number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this squad will fire as area fire. So it will use two points of their firepower. So I have total firepower of 7, and they are moving. So I have -1. I have another -1. Because of my commander, so it's -2, and they are using wall advantage of this hedge, so they have +1. So it's -2 and +1. And more column of 6. So let's... oh hell! This is 11. 11, so you can tell this is a miss. So let's mark this hex with firepower of 2. We have no rate of fire, So first fire, and our Americans go here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5, 7.5, and that's all. Okay, who's going to move next? I think them. I will take two of this squad along with commander, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now, while they are in this building, they can be targeted by these Germans again. Since we have, they are on the second level, and here is Hedge and Grain, but they are they are lower, so we don't use them as the obstacle or hindrance, and we will only use this building. So let's do it. I have firepower of 2, and I already fired with this medium machine gun and get no rate of fire, so it's marked with final fire. So I have 2 from squad, -1 because of the commander, and +2 because of this building, and -1 because of non-assault movement. So we have 2, +2 and -2. So it's 2 and no modifiers. It is 9 in the column of 2. It is a miss. So let's mark them and place a residual fire of 1. Okay. And now we still have 1 squad here, and they decide to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, I have another idea, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what they are going to do, and that's for this part of the board. Now let's go here. I have more Americans to go. I will start with, I think, these 2 squads. You can see that this hex is kind of interesting because we have a building, woods, and a road. So we have to declare in which terrain we are going to be. I will stay with them in the building. Sorry, not in the building. I am going to bypass this building. So 1, 2, 3, and that's all. And I will now declare count double time 3, 4.5. Now, can these Germans see me? No. There are walls all over here, so of course I should declare if these Americans are using wall advantage now or not, because they might like not, but I think they will use. Okay, now these 2 squads and the commander, they all go CX as well, and they are going to move like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and now when they are here, can these Germans see them? No, there is a woods. 5, and now I am not sure if this building is not blocking a line of sight. The problem is, if I will declare the firing, I will have to check a line of sight first. So I might lose my concealment, and even so I wouldn't be able to fire at them because of the line of sight. You can see this is hazard. I think I will try. I am declaring my first fire, so Americans have to stop. And now I have to check if I have a line of sight to this hex. Let's do it. Well, definitely there is line of sight. So, what do I have here? 4, 6, 7 and 3, 8. 1, 2, 3, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they are in the range. So I have 7 firepower. And now for the modifiers. They are moving in the open ground. They are moving in the non-assault movement, so I have -2. And then I have +1. They have +1 TAM because they are on the upper level. So it is -1 and -2 and +1, so it's -1 for the Germans. 8 -1 is 7. 7 in the column of 6 is normal morale check. So, and we have no rate of fire. So let's mark Germans with first fire, and this medium machine gun with final fire. It was 6, so we can already place a residual fire of 2. And now let's make checks. First for the commander, he has 10. Oh, wow! Impressive! He failed! So he is broken. That's unusual for the commander with such a higher morale to break that easily. And now for his men. First, for the first squad, 8. They are broken. Okay, this is starting to looks bad. And for the other squad, 8. They are also broken. Oh my! These Germans were lucky, definitely, breaking such a big squad. Okay, so we can remove count CX markers, and that's all. They cannot go any further, and they cannot fire at them because it was just the one movement point, so they cannot fire again. And now this squad. It goes how it goes. I think it will go CX as well. So 1 it goes 1 it uses how it goes, bypass. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. It moves here. And now these Germans might fire at them. Yes, they can. There are no enemy units closer. So, but it will be minus. It will be 2 and -2. Okay. Hell, bloody hell! These Germans are simply too lucky. Okay, we have 2 and -2. It is 0. 0 in 2 is 2 killed in action. So these Americans are killed. Okay. And we also have to place... Oh, sorry. Let me think. If they have a line of sight to this hex? Yeah. No, I know I should do it before, but I was certain that there is line of sight, but, well, it's always better to check. Okay. So that's all for the American movement phase. We can remove all these residual fire markers, and you can see on this part of the board Americans are doing quite fine, but here it is a disaster. Okay, so next we have a defensive fire phase. I don't think that Germans are going to fire anywhere, so let's remove these final fire markers. And next we have an advancing fire phase. So Americans are going to make an advancing fire. Yes, I think they will try. So they have assault fire ability. So they have 7. It is halved because of the advancing fire phase. And now we have to add +1, so it's 4. It is +1, so it's 3.5, so it's 4.5, and it is rounded up to 5. So we have 5 and 5, so it's 10. So we'll be firing at them with the firepower of 8 and -3 because of the commander. Okay, that was a very good shot. we have 5. In the column of 8, it is 2MC. So, for the German commander, he is fine. And now for his men, they are fine as well. Okay, so let's mark them with prep fire. Okay, and any other prep fire, advancing fire? No, I think. No. So, next we have road phase, and now these Americans are routing here. And nothing more to road. So next we have advance phase. They are advancing here. They are advancing here. They will opt to stay into this building, or maybe they will advance here. They are advancing here, and they will still claim the wall advantage. And that's all for the advance phase. And next we have a close combat phase. We don't have any close combat to resolve, so we can go into the German part of the turn. We are starting with rally phase, and let's start with this broken stack. First for the commander, 7. It is +4 for the woods, and -1, sorry, +4 for desperation morale and -1 for the woods. So it is 10, so he is fine. And now he might try to rally his units. First squad. Wow, amazing. They are rallied. And the other squad. Oh wow. It's they are way too lucky. It was 2, so yes, each of them has also has to make a hit of the battle roll. Okay, first for this squad, this first squad, it was US squad, and it was broken. So we have to add +1. It is 4 + 1 is 5. So they get a battle hardening. They cannot get better because they are already at their best. So they are fanatic. And now for the other squad, 7 + 1 because they were broken. So it is 8. So they are also battle hardened. That's pretty good. Okay, that's all for the rally phase. We were lucky with both of them getting fanatic status. You may remember how fanatic status works from our Tractor Works video. And now let's go into the German prep fire phase. Now, I think these Germans cannot see them because they are in the buildings, and this building blocks their line of sight. So no firing here, and here this hill definitely blocks line of sight to this unit. And as for this area, no, this building, this is this is 2-story building, blocks a line of sight from here to there as well. But now let's take a look on them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they are in the woods. They are not. They do not claim this wall because they were routing. So I can fire at them, and I have 6 + 1 because of the woods. So it is 6 + 1 and 4. We have a rate of fire. And it is 5 in the column of 6. It is 1 MC. Okay, first the commander, he's fine, and now his men, 8. But we have -2 because of the commander and +1 because of them being fanatical. So it's 8 minus 2 is 6. So they are fine. And the other squad, 4. They are too good to be broken. Okay, so let's mark our Germans with prep fire, and they are still able to fire with this light machine gun at them if they want to. It would be 2 plus 1. A little chance to hit and this big chance to break your gun, so no. That's not what I'm going to do. And I think that's all for the Germans. So when it comes to the prep fire phase, yes. So next we go to the German movement phase. And if I'm going to move anywhere, yes, I think I will try. First, I am removing this concealment marker. And I am moving 1, 2, 3. And that's where they're going to do. Why they are moving so? Because they want to make sure that Americans won't take this building. And now here, same situation. I am removing concealment and 1, 2, 3. So that's all for the Germans. And next we have American defensive fire phase. I think there is only one chance for Americans to score any hit, so it is here, and I can target this hex. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they both have only 4 hexes range, so they will fire as area fire. So they have, so I have total strength of 7. So I will use a column of 6. So it is 6 minus plus 3 because of stone building, and minus 2 because of the commander. So it's 6 plus 1 and 7. 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 in the column of 6 is spin test check. Germans are fine. So let's mark them with final fire. And any other opportunities? No. They cannot see anyone. I mean, there is a wall on the line, and they can't see anyone. They too, because this building blocks their line of sight. So that's all for the defensive fire. Next we go into advancing fire. No advancing fire, so let's remove this prep fire. Road phase, no road phase, advance. These Germans are taking this building, and these Germans are going to stay where they are. Okay, so that's all for advance, no close combat, so let's go to the turn 2. Okay, let's carry on with the turn 2. We are starting with rally phase, and I think I forgot to make a wind checks before, so let's go today. Now, nothing. Okay, so no wind change. Next we have rally phase. Anyone is about to be rallied? I believe no. I think everyone is fine. Okay, so let's go to the American prep fire phase. Well, where Americans are going to fire, if ever? I think I will do something like this. I will fire, but only with 1 squad and 1 commander. And they will be free to move, and they will fire here. So I have 3.5, so it's going to be 2. And I have minus 2 for commander and plus 1 because of the stone building. So it's firepower of 2 and plus 1. Oh, total miss. Okay, and that's all when it comes to the prep fire. Next, I am moving into the movement phase. I will start here, and I am moving this entire stack, so I have to remove these counter exhaust markers, and they can, oh yeah, 1 more, and now they can move normally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they are moving with a commander, So I believe they have, let me check if I am not wrong, 6. So they have to stop here. Okay, now them 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Well, anyone can see them. They are on the same level, yeah, but there is a woods on their line of sight. So I believe they don't have line of sight here, so no, they cannot see them. Okay, they of course, they also, only this unit would have a chance, but I think these woods are blocking his line of sight to this hex. Okay, and now them, I am making assault movement onto this hex. And now, of course, they are firing. So they have 9, and I have -1 because of the commander, +2 because of the building. There is no -1 because of the open ground, because it is a building and it was assault movement. So we have 8 and -1. Sorry, 8 and -1 and +2, so 8 and +1. Okay, 2. So we maintained the rate of fire, and it is 8 plus 1, so it's 9, so it's pin test check. So American commander 10, he's fine, and his units, yes, there are 2 squads. First squad fine, second squad 9, but we have -3 because of the commander, so it's 6. So yeah, they are fine. I have to mark entire German stack with first fire, and I have to place firepower of 4 onto this hex. And now, since I have a rate of fire, I am allowed to fire with my units again. So I have 5 from my machine gun and 2 from my squad, so it's subsequent fire, and I have 7, so it's 6 plus 1. So it's 6 plus 1, 10, a miss again. Okay, so that's all. I have no rate of fire anymore, so I cannot fire with this unit again. Now them. I will try to make a dash from these woods to these woods. So I am moving here, and now if they will fire at me, they have to make it as area fire. Are they going to fire? Yes, they are going to fire. So let's check if there is a line of sight. Yes, it is. So what we have here? 7, so 3.5, so it's 2. So they are firing to the firepower of 2 and -2. 6 minus 2 is 4. 4 in the column of 2 is 1 MC. Let's check if they are fanatic enough. Yes, they are. It is, oh, sorry, this is 8 because it was 1 MC. So they have 8 because of fanatic, so they are pinned. Okay, and here we have a first fire. And I cannot fire at them anymore because they stopped. And now them. They also have to remove counter-exhaust marker, and I have 2 squads here. So they are spending, one squad moves here, spending 3 movement points, and the other squad will try to dash here. So they are here, and the Germans are firing again, so they have 2. They had 2, and now they have a half, so they are firing with the firepower of 1 and -2. Okay, that's pretty good shot. 3 in the column of 1 is 1 MC. Okay, let's see. 7, and it was 1 MC, so they are broken. And let's place... Oh, I think I forgot to place residual fire here as well. Okay, is that all? Yes, that's all for the American movement. So let's remove these residual fire markers and let's go to the next phase, which is German defensive fire phase. I think that all German units that were allowed to fire already fired, so I can remove these markers and let's go to the advancing fire phase. So they will try their best. I have 3.5. It is +1 because of the assault fire ability, so I have 5 and 5, so it's 10, so they are using column of 8 and +3 and -3, so it is 8 with 0. Okay, it is 4. They are firing with a commander, so they have no covering. It is 4 in the column of 8. It is 2 MC. So, German commander, he is broken. And now his men, they are fine. Interesting. So, he is broken. They are prep fired, and that's all. That's all. Yes, no more Americans are about to be fired. So let's go to the road phase. So they are moving here and there. It was grain, so we don't have to make a roll for interdiction. And as for Germans, I will leave this commander here. I hope he will be able to self-rally himself soon. So I'm not going to make him retreat. And next we have advance phase. Okay, these Americans are pinned, so they cannot advance. They are advancing onto this hex. They are advancing here, they are advancing there. Alright. And now we have close combat phase, no close combat, so I can remove this pin marker. And let's go to Germans. We are starting a rally phase. 6, no wind change. And now let's try to rally some of our units. First, this commander will try to self-rally himself. 8, nope. And they cannot self-rally. Okay, that's all for rally phase. Yeah, that's all. So now we have German prep fire phase. And where our Germans are going to prep fire, I believe they will start here. They have 6 and 0. 8 in the column of 6. It is just a pin test check. Americans are fine. Now here they don't have a commander support, so they will have 9 plus 2. It is 6, so it is covering because commander is not helping. So we have 8 in the column of 6. It is pin test check for American commander. He's fine. First unit, it is pinned. Oh no, it is not pinned because of the commander. Sorry, I forgot. And second unit, all are fine. So let's mark them with prep fire. And any other Germans are going to fire? I believe they still cannot see them because of these woods. So that's all. That's all for the German prep fire phase. Next we have German movement phase. So I am moving them 1, 2, 3, 4. And now they can see him and they can see him too. So they declare defensive fire, but it will be hard. They have they are in the range, so they have 12, but now 1, 2, because of the grain hindrance, so it's 2, plus 2 because of the building, so it's plus 4, and now minus 1 because of using non-assault movement. So we have 12 plus 3. These Germans were lucky this time. So first fire, 6. I think they cannot see him. Yes, I think these woods are blocking our line of sight. And no, okay, that's all. I don't have to move any more of my Germans. So that's all for the German movement phase. Now we have American defensive fire phase. So I will try to fire here again. I have 2 plus 3 minus 1. So it's plus 2, so it's 2 plus 1. 7 in the column of 2, it is nothing. Yes, I could go with fire group, but if I would go with fire group I wouldn't be able to use this commander, so no, I'm not, that's not my plan. And I think that's all. Oh no, not all. They are firing with 12 and 0 modifiers. Okay, that was good. 4 in the column of 12, it is 3 MC. Okay. First, we have to make a check for this broken commander. 9, 3 MC, it is 12. He is broken, so he goes wounded. And now we have to make a roll for severity of his wound. 3, he is fine. I mean, he's wounded, but he's not dead. And now for his men, we have 7. 7, but it was 3 MC, so they are broken. Okay. Let's mark them with. And this commander is broken as well. So here we go. Americans are final fired. And now that's all. So let's remove this, that, this, and that. And next we have advancing fire. Our Germans are going to do any advancing fire? Well, they might, but they have 1, 2, 3. So that would be very hard to score a hit. Well, at last we don't have to be afraid of snipers, because we don't have snipers in this scenario. So it will be 2 plus 3. A miss. Predictable. And no more prep fire. Okay, and that's all. Next we have a road phase. I will road with both of them here. Next we have advance phase. So I think I don't have any advance for Germans. And next we have a close combat, no close combat. So that's all for the turn 2. Let's go with the turn 3. First rally phase, so wind roll, no wind change, and now rally. This commander will try to rally himself. Because of the wound, his morale is lowered by 1, so he has 7. 6 plus 4, he remains broken, and now his men, they might try to self-rally. 7, no, they remain broken. Okay, that's all. No, nothing more to rally? No. So next we have a prep Fireface, and our Americans are going to prep fire anywhere. They are not. They. These guys might be a trouble for us, but, well, I have 12 plus 1, 2, 3, 4. 12 plus 4. Not an easy shot, but let's try. Haha! You see. So this is covering, but we have a commander, so covering is ignored. So we have 4 plus 2, so it is 6. In the column of 12, it is 2 MC. Alright. And we get 7 plus 2, so they are broken. Okay. That's what we needed. Oh. We need Desperation Morale. Prep fire. And who's going to fire next? I believe no one. Okay, so then let's go to the movement phase. I will start with them. 1.5, 3, and that's all. Now, them. I will move one squad with commander. So 1, no one can see them, no one. 2, 3, and now they can see them, and they declare fire. So they have 7, so it's 6, plus 3 and minus 1, so it's 6 plus 2. 6 plus 2, it is 8, so it's 10, a miss. And no rate of fire. So they are going. They spent 1, 2, 3, and maybe not. Maybe I will go up. Need a. Okay, I will stay, and this remains here. Okay, that's all. Now them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ha! So they are surrounded. Okay, who's going to move next? Here. They go into double time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and anyone can see them? I believe not. They can't. They can't. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and now they can see them definitely, because they are on the upper first level, second level, third level. So they are going to fire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they are in the range? Yes. So we have 6 minus 2 and plus 1 because of the TAM. So it's 6 plus 1, so 6 minus 1. Oh hell. 3. We have no rate of fire, but still we have 3. It was minus 1, so it's 2. 2 in the column of 6 is 1 killed in action. Say goodbye to our fanatics. They are they are dead. So first fire. That was very bad luck. Okay, now them. They are moving here, so they claim the wall advantage now. And these Germans might fire at them if they want to, but not with light machine gun. So it will be 2 plus 2 and minus 1. So let's try. Okay, that was a miss. And now them. They are going double time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They are invisible for anyone, so that was good. And that's all? Yeah, that's all for the movement. So we can remove residual fire markers. And now we have defensive Fireface. I think all our Germans who were able to fire... Oh no, they were able to fire. I missed. I think they could spray them, but well, I forgot, so let's do it now. I have 4 plus 2 because of the stone wall. 10. An epic miss. So let's mark them with final fire, and that's all. Okay, looks like Americans are finally doing better. So next we have advancing fire. They are going to do it, so they have 6. Sorry, no, they have 3.5 because of the advancing fire. Next, they have doubled. They have back 7 because it was they are firing on the adjacent hex, so they have 7, and plus 1 because of the assault fire ability, so they are firing at this hex with the firepower of 8, plus 2 because of the wood building, and 5 plus 2 is 7, so it's 1 MC. 9. So Germans are already broken, and because of that they have to be reduced. They are first line, so they are now half squad. Okay, and now here, same situation, but, well, we have 6 plus 3 because of the stone building, and, sorry, no, we have 8. We have 8 plus 3 because of the stone building, and minus 3 because of the commander, so it's 8. It is 4. 4 in the column of 8, it is 2 MC. Oh hell. So, first, commander, he has 8, and his morale is 7. So, he's wounded again, and let's roll for the severity of his wound. He's 3, so he's still alive, but he's wounded for the second time. Oh, let me check. I'm not sure if it doesn't mean he's killed if he gets second wound. Yes, but we have to add plus 1 to the severity wound roll. Oh, so I get 5, plus 1 is 6, this means he is killed. Okay, and now for the soldiers we had plus 2, and we got 11. Oh god. So they suffer a reduction, they are first line squad, so now they are first line half squad. I think they want to be half squad along, because one more American unit is going to fire, this time the one from below. So they have 8 plus 3, and they rolled 8, so it is a miss. Okay. Anyone else is going to advance fire? I think they might try. It will be 3.5 plus 1, so it's 4. So they have 4, and they are going to fire on them. So it's 4 plus 2. It is a miss. And that's all for the advancing fire. So let's remove prep fire markers, but not with commander, of course. Okay, and we are moving into the road phase. So they have to road, and they can only road here, and they cannot road. They are surrounded by the enemy, so they might surrender if Americans decide to. Okay, let's make them surrender because it will be fun. So let's place these prisoners counter here, and machine gun remains here, of course, because it is unpossessed. So that's all for the road phase. Next we have advance phase. These Americans are advancing here. These Americans are advancing here. They are advancing here. They are advancing here. And we have no close combat again, so that's all for Americans in this turn. But first, I would like to deploy this unit. I can do it automatically when I want to choose them as guards. So they are going. This half squad is going to be guarding them, and this half squad not. Okay, that's all for Americans. Let's go to the Germans. Now, starting with rally phase, wind change, no wind change. So next, who's going to rally? Only this unit is broken, but it is a squad adjacent to the enemy, so it is very bad. Their chance to be rallied is very small. It is 5. No, they remain broken, and they have to keep desperation morale marker. And now I will try to take this medium machine gun with this American squad. 3. Okay, good. They can take it. This might be helpful. I can remove this level counter. And that's all? Yes, that's all. Next we have German prep fire phase. So who is going to prep fire? I think them. They are firing on this unit below. Why? Because there is a machine gun here, but there is also this commander. Okay, I think I will try to shot these Americans above. So I have 6 plus 3 because of the stone building, and I have 6, so it's 9. It is a miss. I would better wait till they leave this building. They are firing here, so they have 6 plus 2 because of the wall. It is 8, so it is a miss. And now, I think they can see them. I have a feeling, I am not sure, but I have a feeling that they can see them, and I would like to get rid of them. So I remove concealment, I declare firing at them, and I have to check if they can actually see them or not. Yeah, there is a line of sight, so let's try. I have 4, 6, and 7, so it's 6 and -1. So it's 6 and 6. 6, 6 and 6. A number of the beast. It is 1 MC for Americans. 8. They are broken. Good. That's what I needed. And now them. Their goal is to keep these woods. I think they might even try to reach this building. So no, so I'm not going to use them to fire. So that's all for the German movement prep fire phase. And now we have a German movement phase. So 1, 2. Or maybe wait. I will declare double time. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's good. And now this commander. I have a commander here, yes, and I have no use for him here. He will be killed quickly by these approaching Americans, so I would better get him out of here. 1, 2, and let him, or maybe not. 1, 2, 3, 4. It will be little use of him, safe to avoiding a covering, but still he might be some use. Okay, so that's all for German movement phase. Yes, that's all. We don't have any residual fire to remove. So next we have American defensive fire phase. I will try to fire here. I have 12 plus 3 and minus 3, so it's 12 and nothing. Let's re-roll. And it is 5. 5 in the 12. It is 2 MC. Okay. 7 plus 2 is 9. So they are broken. Okay, that's good. Anyone else? No. I might try to fire here. Actually, I could do it during their movement to try to hit this commander, but well, I didn't. So now they are firing here with 6 plus 3. Let's see. 9. It is a miss. So that's all for the defensive fire phase. Next we have advancing fire phase. I believe no one is going to make any advancing fire. Nope. So let's remove prep fire markers, and now we have a road phase. So they are both broken, so they are not forcing each other to retreat actually. So they can stay here. And as for Germans, I think they will. As for Americans too. Okay, so that's all for them. And now this squad, well, they have to stay here too. So no routing. And next we have German advance. I will advance into this building. And that's all for Germans during this turn. Yeah, yes, that's all. We are carrying on with the next turn, and we are starting with rally phase, so wind change roll. No wind change. And Americans might rally their units. We have 2 American units that can do, and we can only self-rally 1 unit. This or that. I will try this one because the chances are definitely higher. How? And 2 during the self-rally. This means that we get a leader creation. Okay, let's try. I got 6. And I have -1 because it is US unit, +1 because it was broken, and -1 because its morale was 8 or higher. So it is -2 + 1, so it's -8, -1, so total result is 5. This means that we get additional commander with the 7-0 morale. Well, nothing impressive, but better than nothing. So, let me find commander with 7-0. Here he is. Okay, we got one more commander for US, and that's all for Americans. As for Germans, well, they don't have a commander, they don't, and they don't. So, let's remove these desperation mile markers, and that's all for Rally Phase. Next we have Prep Fireface. And do I want to do any prep fire? I believe no, actually, because I don't have any good opportunities to do so. Start to this one, maybe. They have 6 plus 3. Well, let me try. Okay, this is covering, so we are moving to the column of 4, and we have 2 plus 3, so it's 5. 5 in the column of 4 is 1 MC. Okay, so German commander, we got 9, so he is broken, and now his men, we got 9 again, so they are broken. Okay, that was really unexpected, but well, most welcome. Okay, that's all when it comes to the prep fire phase, and let's go to the movement phase. I will start here. Now they have to say goodbye to this double time, and 1, 2.5, 4.5. So that's all. They cannot go any further. Yeah, they cannot. Now here. 1, 2, 3. And 4, 5, and that's all. And because of that, we have to place desperation morale marker here. Now they have to stop here. They can only move here, I believe. So yeah, that's all. And now, if they are moving here, then these Germans might fire at them. Okay, let's go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, so they are in the range. We have 4, -2, and +1 because they are firing while being CX. So we have 4 -1. 8 in the column of 4. It is nothing. Okay, so Americans were lucky to survive this hit. And next, they are broken, and I will move this half squad here. These guys along with commander are going down, so 1, 2, 3, and that's all. Or maybe not, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, these Germans cannot fire at me, yeah, because they are on the upper level, but they can. So they are going to fire. They have 6 plus 3, -1 because of non-assault movement, and -1 because of the commander. So we have 6 plus 1. This is 6. 6 plus 1, so it's 7. 7 in the column of 6 is 7 in the column of 6 is normal morale check. Commander, he is pinned, and his men, they are fine. So, first fire, 2, and now we got rate of fire. So I am able to fire again because they spent 2 movement points to enter this building. So I have 2 plus 3, so it's 5, so it's going to be 4. Again, 4 plus 1. Let's see if it will work. 6 in the column of 4. It it is normal morale check again. Okay, for the commander, he's alright. For his men, they are alright. So, that's all. And now, these guys, 1, 2, 3, and that's all. Oh, and finally, I forgot about them, totally. Okay, so 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5. Okay, that's all for the movement phase. We can remove residual fire, and now we have defensive fire phase. Any Americans, any Germans are going to do any defensive fire? I believe not. So we can remove first and final fire markers, and next we have advancing fire phase. Okay, where I'm going to do my advancing fire first. First here I have 3, and it is +3, so I will have use a column of 2, and with a +3 modifier. Not an easy shot. Wow, the roll is pretty good. 2 plus 3, it is 7. In the column of 2, it is nothing. Like I said, it wasn't easy shot. Now here, I have 7 and +1 because I have assault fire ability, so I have 8. 8 plus 1 because of the woods. Oh, a miss. They are firing here with 4. It is +2. Yeah, +2. Oh, covering, so we have 6 in the column of 2. Pin test check. Germans passed. And now here we have 8 plus 3 because of the stone building. 7 plus 3 is 10. So it is a miss. Okay, that's all for the advancing fire. Next we have road phase. And now, these Germans have to road, they have no other option. So I am moving here. Now, do we have any interdiction? I believe no. So they can road onto this hex. Now them, they have to road here, and no interdiction, so they road here. Okay, that's all for the road phase. Now we have advance phase. 1, 1, 1, 1. Oh, sorry, I forgot. They were broken. They were broken, so they had to retreat, and like that and that. Okay, so they are advancing here, and they are advancing here. They are advancing here. Commander will remain on this hex, and they will advance here. Okay, that's all when it comes to the advance phase. Next is close combat phase. We don't have any close combat, so we can remove pin marker. And that's all for Americans. We go to the Germans. So, who's going to rally? Oh, first, wind roll. No wind change. And now, Germans are allowed to self-rally 1 unit. 7. Okay, I will try to self-rally them. 8. No self-rally. All I can do is to remove this desperation morale. Now, he will try to self-rally. Sorry, not self-rally, but rally this unit. Well, failure. And now we have commander, so he can try to self-rally himself. Nope. Okay, that's for Germans, and American commander is going to rally this squad. 9 -1 because of the woods, so he made it. That was close, but he made it. Okay, that's all for the rally. Oh, and one more thing. They have to keep Desperation Morale because they are adjacent to the enemy units. Okay, so that's all when it comes to this to the rally phase. Next we have Prep Fire phase. Well, I will fire here, so I have 4 +1 because of 6. It is 9, a miss. Now them. I will try to fire on this squad, so I have 6 +1 because of the woods, -1 because of the commander. Sadly, a miss. And here they are all broken, they are concealed. Well, I think I would unconceal them and we'll try to fire at them. No, I cannot fire at them because they are in the same building but they are below. So 8 +1 because of this of the woods. 7, it is 8. It is normal morale check for Americans. They made it. Not a lucky prep fire phase for Germans. That's all for the prep fire phase, and next we have German movement phase. Now, I think no German unit can even move. They are all prep fired or broken, yeah. So let's skip movement phase and let's go to the American defensive fire phase. Where Americans are going to do, what Americans are going to do. I think I will take these 2 units and fire at them. I have 14, so it's 12 +2, and well, they can fire again too. So I have 21 +2, so it's 20 +2. 7 +2 is 9. 9 in the column of 20, it is 1 MC. And I have 8, so they are broken. Okay, that was lucky shot. Here. They are going to fire onto this hex. They have 12 +3 because of +2 because of the wood building and -3 because of the commander. So it's 12 -1. We have 8 -1, so it's 7. 7 in the column of 12 is 1 MC, and we also get a rate of fire. Let me mark it. So it's 1 MC. So okay, first commander, he made it. Now he can use his modifiers for them. 7. It was 1 MC, but commander provides -1, so they are just pinned. And the broken unit, oh, they weren't that lucky. 11, so they suffer reduction, and they are already reduced, so they are eliminated. And since we had rate of fire, we can fire again with our German medium machine gun with 5, so it's a column of 4 and -1. Oh hell. Okay, we missed, but 11, and this is captured weapon. So its breakdown number is lowered by 2, so it is 10, so it is eliminated. Yes, it is not broken, but since it is captured weapon, we cannot repair it. Once broken, it goes out. Next, here. I have 3, so it's 6, and 7, so it's 13 plus 2. Okay. 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 in the column of 12. 1 MC. This is going to be bad. Commander. 7. He's fine. And his soldiers. 4. They are alright. Well, we have to mark them. They are already marked with desperation morale, but at last they survived. Okay, that's all. That's all for the defensive Fireface. And next we have German advancing Fireface. Nothing to do really here, so let's remove these prep fires. Next we have a road phase. Okay, and now they are routing here since they have to. They are going to stay here, and that's all. Advance phase. Well, not much for Germans. Yeah, not much for the Germans, and no close combat either. So this concludes this turn, and we are moving into next turn. Okay, let's start with rally phase. I think all American units are alright, so Germans are the only ones who need some rallying. But this is American part of the turn, so no, I cannot self-rally this unit. I might do some rallying here. Let's see if I will be able. Okay, I should remove pin marker. And now this commander might try to rally himself. This commander will try to rally him. 4, okay, he made it. And now this unit, this will be harder. 8, nope, they remain broken. Well, they cannot self-rally themselves, so that's all for the rally phase. Oh, wind roll. Okay, 7. American prep fire phase. Well, do I ever? Yeah. I will still try to fire here. I have 6 plus 2 and minus 3, so it's 6 minus 1, 8, and minus 1 is 7. Normal morale check. Okay, first commander, he made it. Second commander, he is broken. Now, his unit, 11, they are broken. And we have one more already broken squad here. Let's check for them. 5, they are fine. I mean, they do not suffer more reductions. But even so, this stack is total mess. Okay, so that's all for their prep fire. I think I'm not. They are annoying. They are annoying me a bit. I might try, but they are plus 3 because of stone building, so it would be 6 plus 3. Almost impossible shot. Okay, so I'm not going to do more, and that's all for the prep fire. Next, American movement phase. So they are moving here, and because of that we have to place desperation morale on this hex. Next, they are moving here, and now 1, 2, 3. They are bypassing this hex with 1, 2, 3. And now they may fire at them. Sorry, no, but because there are no units that might fire on this hex. and their line of sight is broken with the is blocked by these woods. So no, but they could fire at them. Oh yeah. So it's 9. So it is 9 plus 2 and minus 1. So it's 8 plus 1. Okay, we have rate of fire. And plus 1, so it's 8. So it's 8 in 8. It is normal morale check. Commander, he made it. Soldiers, they made it. And one more shot because of the machine gun. So we have 4 plus 1. A miss. Okay. I should place Desperation Morale here. And that's all. Okay, that's all. We have no other things where I can move with my Americans. And now we have German defensive Fireface. Well, nothing much to do. And next we have advancing Fireface. So these Americans are going to fire. Wait, I will start with them. So I have 8 plus 2 and minus 2. So I have 8 with 0. 6. Oh, good. 6. It is 1 MC. And they made it. Even so, because of 2, they got hit of the battle. Yeah, they have hit of the battle, and let me see what it means. 8, and now they are broken, so we have 9, and 9, this means they go berserk. Now, that's thing that I never imagined it happened, because it happens very rarely, and they are now. Sorry, I need a berserk marker. Okay, and here we go with a berserk. Okay, that's interesting. So it was advancing fire. Now, what else can I do? I might fire here with them, but still, or here. Okay, I will fire here, so I will have 6. No, 8. I will have 8 plus 2. 7 plus 2 is 9. Pin test check. So only commander has to do it, and he's pinned. Oh my. Okay, that's all for the prep fire. Sorry, the advancing fire. And next thing we have to do is road phase. They have to road here, and them. Well, the only safe hex for them should be this one, but I believe they cannot reach here. If they will go here, they will be adjacent to the enemy. Here as well, here as well, here as well, and here as well. So they all surrender. Safe to the commander, of course. Commander is pinned, but I have 2 squads here that are broken and 1 commander, so they are all taken as prisoners. I have to find counters. Okay, and they surrender to them. Okay, that's all for the road phase. And next we have advance phase. So these Americans are advancing here. These Americans are advancing here. They cannot because they and now they are advancing here. I think I even might do something else. I will go here and they will go here. So they will be able to take these prisoners from this squad. Okay. So that's all. Oh no, I will move this squad with commander to this hex, and they will move here. And now I have to mark them with close combat marker, and we have first close combat but in this game. Interesting. Okay, so we have to make an ambush roll, and now first I should bring them back to normal because unit that get berserk status returns to normal. And first we have to make an ambush roll, and units that are berserk get +1 for ambush roll because they are lax. 6 and 5, no ambush. So next we have a combat. Americans have +7 and they have 4, so it's 3-2 for Americans. And we have 8. We have -2 because of the commander, so it's 6. So Germans are halved, but first they can strike back, so they had 6, so no. So we have to reduce them into half squad and remove this berserk status. Well, it wasn't very useful for now. Okay, now we can remove pin marker, and this concludes American actions in this turn. Let's go to Germans. Germans doesn't have much to do actually, so starting with rally phase, I can try to self-rally them. Almost impossible, but well, of course. Oh, they are adjacent to the enemy. And next the Germans might do their prep fire. Only this unit might prep fire. And where they are going to fire, I think here. So this is 9 + 1, 6. It is 6 in the column of 8. It is 1 MC. So commander, he is broken. Squad 7, 8, so it's +1, so they are broken. And the other squad 7 + 1, it is 8, so they are broken. Okay, finally some good shooting for Germans. I think it might be too late, but well, better than nothing. Okay, and well, they don't have much to do. Okay, movement phase. So Germans are going to move? I don't think so actually, because this commander is the only one who might move, and he can't go here because there are Americans below. So I think he can go like this. 1, and now these Americans might fire at him. So it is, they have 6 - 2. It's 5 in the column of 6. It's 1 MC. Oh, okay, that's all for him. First fire and 2. And that's all for German movement. Yes, that's all for German movement. So next we have American defensive fire phase. So I am going to fire from here. So I have 6. I am firing on above. So I have so I have 7, and I am doubling this. So it's 14. It is 14 + 3 because of the stone building, and -3 because of the commander. So it's column of 12 and 0. I have a really bad luck, or good luck, depends on side, to these 2 rolls during this scenario. So it's 2 in the 12. It is 1 killed in action. Okay, so German squad is done. I think this can conclude this scenario actually. All German units are neither broken or involved in the close combat that they will probably miss, and Americans, well, have overwhelming advantage. So that's the good moment to call it a day and to finish this battle. I think it was an interesting battle. It was a quick battle because these scenarios are made to be played in the Advanced Squad Leader tournaments, so they are meant to be easy and fast. Okay, I hope I was able to show you something about this game, about its rules and so. And thank you for watching, and see you again.